tuned in to Real Talk, Real People. I'm your host, Doretha Nicole. We have an exciting show lined up for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We've been actually talking about how to start a business. We're going to continue our segment of starting a business, and today we're going to be talking about business incorporation. We have an excellent guest on the show today who's going to give us more information about how to incorporate your business. Let's welcome to the show Professor Eugene Allen.
Well, thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Now, Professor Allen, you actually have a very extensive background in business startups and how to start a business. Give us some information about your background.
Well, I hold 2 undergraduate degrees, one in marketing and one in information systems.
Okay.
On the graduate level, I have a MBA, Business Administration.
Okay.
And I also am a SBA technical assistant.
Wonderful.
Which allows me to consult businesses on behalf of the SBA.
Okay. Now, one thing that you didn't mention to my listening audience is that you're also an author.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
My book is Business Basic Keys to Business Success,
Okay.
which outlines a map of how to start a business all the way from selecting the business structure all the way to incorporating your business.
Wonderful. Now today, Professor Allen, we're actually talking about business incorporation. One of the things that I like about your book, I did have a chance to read it. It's a very easy read, and I encourage my listening audience to actually go out today and pick up a copy of it. You talk about business structure. If you would, talk to us about the different forms of business structure.
Sure. When starting a business, there are 4 entities here in the U.S. that you might choose from.
Okay.
One is a sole proprietorship, which means that it's owned by one individual. A partnership, which is owned by 2 or more people. A corporation, which is owned by the public. You could actually sell shares to raise money to fund that type of entity.
Okay.
Or a nonprofit organization, which means that you're conducting business, but you're not conducting to make a profit. You're actually serving some purpose in the community to offer some service that is needed within your immediate community.
Okay. And when getting ready to start my business, how do I make the choice what type of business structure that I'm going to actually choose?
That's a very good question, because I urge people to think about the risk that is associated with the type of business that you're going to start. If the risk is high, then you want to disassociate yourself, your personal assets, with that business.
Okay.
And in that case, you would need to incorporate that business.
Okay. What about if the risk is low? Then what type of business structure would you choose?
The simplest form to create is a sole proprietorship. It's a very easy way of creating a business. Partnership would be next, but very complex when it comes to who's going to do what in the organization. So the simplest form is a sole proprietorship, hands down.
Okay, wonderful. Now, is all of this information that we're talking about today contained in the business?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Now, if I wanted to actually get started with business incorporation, what would be the first step that I would need to take?
Well, you would have to, incorporation is done on the state level.
Okay.
So depending on what state you're in, you would go to that state, and typically they have a website that you can actually incorporate your business from the website. It is a very easy document that you fill out in most states, and to incorporate your business is very simple.
Wonderful. Now, finances is always an issue when we talk about starting our business. Is it expensive to incorporate your business?
Not at all. In most states, I would say that it's under $500 to incorporate a business.
Wonderful. Well, Professor Eugene Allen, we thank you so much. You've actually shared a lot with us today. We really appreciate it. Real quickly, tell us about how we can pick up a copy of your book if we wanted to get it.
You can find it at businessinstituteoftexas.com or at Amazon.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Again, you've been listening to Real Talk, Real People. I'm your host, Doretha Nicole, and as I always say when I'm getting ready to close, if you're going to keep it real with anyone, please keep it real with yourself first. Until next week, have a great week, and I will see you soon.